How do they know how fast the speed of light is? Well, for a really long time, people wondered if the speed of light was infinite or finite. It seemed like you could look at something like the stars in the night sky and immediately see them, but people like Galileo were not convinced, so he decided to test this theory by shining lanterns at very far distances and measuring the time it took for him to see it, but it didn't work out very well. The first real measurement was made by Ole Romer in 1656 when he measured the orbits of Jupiter's moons, only to find that their orbits were irregular. He came to realize that this was because at certain times of the year, Jupiter was closer to us and at other times we were seeing the moons pass sooner. By measuring these times, Romer concluded that the speed of light was 214,000 kilometers per second, but it didn't stop there. In 1728, James Bradley used a similar method, but with objects that were much farther from the Earth, the stars, and concluded that the speed of light was 301,000 kilometers per second. In 1849, a man by the awesome name of Hippolyte Fizeau decided to bring the speed of light down to Earth by shining light through a wheel that had hundreds of teeth and spun at hundreds of kilometers per hour. The light shone through the wheel and onto a mirror 8 miles away. Measuring the time it took for the light to pass through the teeth of the mirror, Fizeau announced that the speed of light was 313 kilometers per second. Then in 1862, Leon Foucault used the same apparatus, but instead used a spinning mirror instead of a wheel. Measuring the slightly skewed angles, he calculated the most accurate speed yet at 298,000 kilometers per second. People repeated his experiment many times to get a more accurate result, but couldn't. It wasn't until technology improved that the standard for today was determined. In 1973, a group of scientists used high-energy lasers traveling across a given distance, and the time in which it took to travel that distance was measured by a cesium atomic clock, which is so accurate it is used to determine the official time throughout the world. Through this method, the speed of light was measured at 299,792.4574 kilometers per second. This recording was so accurate, in fact, that the definition of a meter was actually changed to become the distance it takes light to travel 1/299,792,458 of a second. Just thought you should know.